Hi and welcome everyone. How is your summer, guys? Summer is in a full swing, so hopefully you're all enjoying it and you're somewhere nice and warm, where you're just enjoying your time and getting some relaxation and getting relaxed and happy, and maybe some of you are also having a little time to reflect and to have those deep meaningful conversations with a glass of wine at the sunset. And maybe some of you are also talking about your lives and your relationships and how is it all going. And that's why we are coming in, and together with Susanna, who is joining me in a little moment, we are going to talk about some self-improvement ideas, exactly 22 of them, that we would like to share with you as a tip for this summer, and maybe for these conversations you might be having with your family and friends. Susie, welcome.
Hi, thank you.
Good to see you here.
Nice
Good to have you with us again. I know you are off for holidays very soon. We've been chatting, so
yeah, it's
excited.
coming. It's coming, yeah. The kids are our last day at school today, so they'll come home excited, and yeah, last few bits of packing, birthday party to go through tomorrow, and then we're off.
Oh, nice. Very, very nice. And yes, we will have a little break because I'm going for holidays and I will be on a holidays in August. We are going to take it very easy. But we chose this today to speak a little bit and maybe motivate you, maybe give you food for thought, as we always like to give during these streamings, and something to offer you maybe something to ponder about in terms of self-improvement ideas. And when I'm talking about self-improvement ideas, I want to say that personal development is obviously a big part of who we are now and what we do. And in a moment we introduce ourselves, but what I want to say is not about, striving for perfection. It's not about, that you have to do anything, and that some of you might say, oh, I just want to drink and have a holidays and just chill out and not think about anything, and that's fine, also fine. But in case you will have these meaningful conversations, maybe we will inspire you with some of our tips that we will be sharing today. So let us know where you are watching us from, and whether you already had a holidays or whether you're on the holidays, and how are you doing there. So Susie, let's briefly introduce ourselves.
Yes, so shall I start? I usually start first. Why don't you start first this time?
Oh, pleasure. I do it briefly. My name is Lucia Hoxa. I'm fertility mindset coach, and I work also in for many years I've been working in area of relationship, supporting mainly women all over the world. I do this work online in what is the most important to them, so they can experience and truly authentically live the lives they love. That's what I do.
Very nice.
And I'm a mom as well.
You're doing it for a long time, so yeah. How many years did you say?
2003. It actually started, I share it with you very briefly, it actually started with kind of when my first marriage was going very not well, and I also got divorced, and that prompted me to kind of explore firstly myself and where I can go with my life. And here I am, many years, 20 years almost later, happily married and with the 2 little ones.
Yeah, that's very nice, and doing what you love. That's nice. So so let me introduce myself. I'm Susanna Taylor. I'm a transformational business coach, and I'm also an EFT practitioner. EFT is emotional freedom technique, tapping. I help women and men build successful businesses and live the life that they feel that is right for them, meaningful life and fulfilling life. And the business becomes part of them. It's not what they should be doing, or it's not that what they should be who they should be copying, what they should be doing. It's what feels right for them, and I'm helping them along the way. And EFT tapping supports that as well. It supports me and my clients in many ways, and also helps my children as well. So I really love, at the moment it's all about EFT for me, and because it's a great tool and technique to anyone can use. So yeah, and I'm happy with that.
Thank you. One of many tools, but very effective.
Yeah.
Yes. And you know what I love about coaching and what we do is that we never tell people what to do, because what do we know, right? I don't know. Like, you might love your client, and obviously you want the best for your clients, but we don't know what you guys need. What we can do is to guide you through the journey, so you explore and discover it yourself, because then it's so much more powerful and
very empowering.
And very empowering for the rest of your life. So you know, my dream is that you don't need us. But you know, like, coaches is someone who even we need, right? Not need, but I like to have a coach myself, because there's always something else to explore. There's always something else to discover, and about us, about dynamics. And life is so dynamic. It's always something going on, and let's face it, we all have a challenges. It's not like it ever stops. So we always find ourselves, even us, right, in new place in life, where we are dealing with, you know, as kids are growing up, as you know, we are moving countries, or you know, things happen in our families. So yes, it's amazing to have someone who you can walk this journey with, who is a firm stand for you to be truly powerful in whatever you're experiencing in life. And that's a little bit what our talk today is about. So we are swiftly going to move to these 22 we call them inspirational ideas. And of course, it's not just for summer, but I chose these because at least me, on a holidays with my husband, we always find now a little bit less that we have a kids, but in general, like, we are removed from our normal routine, from our normal environment, where, you know, we still little time for each other to not only have fun and laugh and, you know, do all the summer fun stuff, but also we have a little space to reflect, to kind of recollect our thoughts, and to see, like, what's next, what do we want to create, which way do we want to go, where we want to live, and all those things. So here we are to give you a few tips. And you know, in terms of growth, it can be in area of education or intellect. It can be, you know, in terms of your personality. It can be in terms of hobbies or your talents, what you want to take on, and how much further do you want to take it on. Maybe like Zuzka is doing, you know, take it, you know, from go from hobby into turning it to business, which Susanna can help you with. Or, you know, in areas of family, you can have new goals in terms of your spirituality, you know, personal development in terms of your physical appearance, or, you know, how do you want to contribute to the world,
so
to
exciting,
other
so much
yeah
we can do. And and allowing, it's about, because summer, I just want to add, the summer feels like, you know, even it's a creative season. Summer is a middle, is like, it's like middle of the best of what can happen. Yeah, every season is nice, but summer is more about creativity and fun and energy. That's how we feel. But because of that energy, it can feel tiring as well, and a bit irritated, because, for example, like, my children are at school and been going to school until today, and it's like, they're, because we were in a routine, now kind of we're easing off, and then now every day I'm like in that routine, like, okay, have you got this? Have you got homework? No, we don't have homework because it's finished. And I'm still in that routine, but I need to remind myself, okay, easing off into the summer, into the holidays. And that can be sometimes frustrating, or, have that kind of, because we are in that kind of routine. So allowing ourselves to ease off and to let go what we need to let go of, and then the creativity and the flow and the reflection can take place. Does it make sense?
Absolutely. It's like, it reminds me like holidays, you can enjoy them fully, or you can spend the whole holidays moaning about something not being perfect.
Yeah.
And it's interesting,
exactly.
time holidays, because in terms of my relationships, even my clients, it's interesting because holidays is a time where people actually finally spend the proper time together as a couples. So it is a very good test where people test where they really stand in their relationship.
Yeah.
Because sometimes it's easier in a busy day-to-day, both couples, working, and they are barely meeting each other. But on a holidays, they finally spend a lot of time together, and it shows, and sometimes can explode into, if relationship is not.
And there's so much building up to it, isn't it? Because there's that expectation, like going on holiday, having a great time, and then because all of that's going on and the expectation, then suddenly it can just explode, like you said. And it's not what we expected or what we thought this amazing holiday is going to be like. So yeah, but being aware of that, what is actually happening, where am I coming from, what was my week before holiday like, was I stressed, was I busy, am I still carrying on the responsibilities for my job, for my family, for my business, whatever it is, because it lingers. You can't just put it behind you and go on holiday. I hope we could, but life carries on, doesn't it? So yeah.
And in case you are on a holidays and it exploded,
yes,
no drama, guys. It's meant to be. It's just important that to see that why it exploded. Like what is really going on. Let's have a look. So let's not take it as oh my God, it's terrible. Yes, it's not what we expected. We wished it not to be that way. But if it happened, which I hope you're having a great time and loving each other dearly, but in case there are some frictions and there is something, well, it's probably time that it comes to the surface. So have a look at it. Don't be scared of it, and just communicate openly, and, try to deal with it through love and tolerance. So okay, let's go for our 22. Zuzi, you can start.
So start with number 1. Pick a virtue each month and focus on it. So maybe you need a little more patience, or perhaps it's a courage you need. Whatever you need, or you feel like you need to focus on, pay your attention to, or I like to call it intention. So I set an intention every month, like this month my intention is for, let's say, connecting to my body, listening to what my body needs, depending what I'm going through, or depending what I'm going through, depending what I really want to create. So for me, it's an intention. And so put a little reminders. It says here on the fridge or on a mirror, or affirmation where it's there reminding you, okay, this is what I'm focusing on. This is what I want to create. This is my intention. And then you'll see where it takes you, because where your intention goes, that's where it grows. So then it will happen, and you will put that focus and that energy to create it.
Yeah, no, definitely. It's interesting because every month when you choose the virtue, anything, like for example, I remember one month I had being non-judgmental, and it's funny one, because I generally consider, especially with my profession, myself as a non-judgmental person. But as a human beings, we judge all the time. We compare, and as soon as we see someone, fellow woman or something, is so automatic that judgments are already there minimally in our minds, right? And it's so interesting to be in the presence of this intention, whatever you choose, because you really start noticing more intensely those things that you didn't notice before, and as a result, as an outcome of it, you really start especially sharing and growing as a person. So it is very good one. Thank you.
Yeah.
I like that.
Just want to add, there is like you said, we always judge, and it's natural because we've got ego, and also, so there's a judge and a victim. So we either judge, thinking of judging ourselves or judging, or being a victim. So maybe think about, and then when you catch it and when you observe it, it's really interesting to see. So maybe be interested and try to think about, not think, but be interested in in what situation, or not situation, but just to observe, when is the judge coming, when am I judging, and when am I victim?
Yeah.
And you'll see how is it playing out in your life. It's very interesting, fascinating.
Thank you. Number 2, read as much as you can. Now, when I say as much as you can, I don't mean anything and everything, but look for inspiration and see what pulls you, I would say, because different stages of your life, you will maybe be pulled, very likely actually, be pulled to different kind of it doesn't have to be books, it can be articles, it can be anything that draws your attention in, and your inside, your internal is telling you, oh, this is resonating with me, this is something that I is going through my mind, so let's see what this article, what this book can offer me. And reading clubs are a fantastic thing, because especially personal development reading clubs, where you can have an opportunity with other people to share and connect and to see what they got out of a book that like you read as well, but you can also share with your friends. And it's not only reading, but it's what is more important is to, a little bit tricky often, is to apply those things into the real life. And I always see the bridge between two: share what you are learning, because as we share what we are learning, or what we discovered in connection with this book that inspired us, or article, that's how we are able to verbalize it and to understand it better for ourselves. And that's the bridge to actual implementation that you can then do, and can really make a lot of difference in your life.
Lovely. I love reading, and it's something that I've got books everywhere, all around me, and I like to reach out for books. And like you say, when you're going through something, or you need something, or you feel like, then I know I've got a book there, I can reach out and read. Sometimes it's just a poem, or just something that I'm feeling pulled out to, or inspired, or so it's really nice. So should we go to the next one?
That's good.
Laugh. I don't know, when I was reading this one, so if you don't laugh enough, look for ways to get laughing. Work on lightening up, having fun, and letting a little humor into your life. What came to me was laughter yoga. I went to laughter yoga once or twice, and it's just so, it's interesting, and it's just so funny. You make yourself laugh, and once you have you done it before?
Yes.
Let's see. It's just, it's good. So before this live, I looked on YouTube, laughter yoga. There's so many videos that you can watch and make yourself laugh, and it's just so good, because we can't be stressed and happy at the same time, because it's two different energies and hormones released as well. So when you make yourself laugh, you're basically releasing stress. So it's just so good, and you obviously feel joyful, you feel all that happiness, and and you can shake off the stress. So yeah, but laughter yoga is really good.
Laughter yoga is very different experience when you do it in a community of people.
Yes.
I used to experience this in a quite large community of people, and the more people, the better, to be honest. It's quite my first experience with this was that at the beginning it feels awkward.
Yeah.
It feels like you are supposed to laugh, but you don't really feel it, and I don't like to pretend anything, so I'm like, I'm not doing this because I don't really feel like it. And then you're like, okay, I give it a go. You know, those thoughts going through your head, and it's like, okay, I look stupid. And it's like, so what? Everybody does. And then you kind of join in, and then you're laughing that you don't even know why you are laughing, but it's somehow working. So yeah.
Are you laughing at yourself, or is it like this is ridiculous, but it's funny?
Yes. It doesn't even matter why you're laughing, but as adults, we often, and I know I have it as well, we all have it, you know, as a kids we laugh about anything, and it doesn't need to be funny, and everything is amusing. What is important when we are little kids, right? Like then as we grow older, not many things are so new, so we are feeling kind of less amused, definitely, and more serious about things, because we feel like we have this burden of responsibilities and, you know, things to do, and there is less space. So I mean, there are some people who are naturally like, you know, like kind of have that kind of character, who are always kind of laughing and funny, and that's a real gift. That's really, but not all of us are like that. So sometimes we need to consciously bring more laughter, and it can be anything, you know, watching Friends, or, you know, something that sparkles your life in terms of, you know, making yourself laugh. And also we have a different kind of sense of humor. Like what is funny for me doesn't have to be funny for someone else. I like to just laugh at myself mostly. It's the best kind of laughter. But yes, laughter is definitely one of those things that you can bring into your life. Number 4, we have unplug. Summer is a wonderful time, and Susanna and I, we are going to unplug this August as well, as we've been talking about it at the beginning. And it's really, in terms of unplugging, we mean unplug from technology, from all the, you know, possible technological phone, internet, you know, computer, as much as you can, because it really is refreshing and healthy, especially in this era. And, you know, just really experience life, even like a couple of days completely without technology is very doable. It's very doable, or with minimum of it. Like if you need to
might encourage a lot of different things, like conversations, even that laughter, you know, because looking at the screen and laughing at the screen, we do that because there's funny videos and things like that. Yeah, it's fine, but then it might encourage the more conversation, knowing new people, or laughing with people that you know, or, you know. So I think it gives a lot of opportunities to do that, connect on different way.
Yeah, and you notice more things, you know, being on a holidays without, you know, having a phone in your hands. You are able to experience, to absorb, to smell, you know, other senses will have opportunity just to kind of step in and to give you that sense of enjoyment. Yeah, definitely. Number 5.
Lovely. The next one is 5. Improve your physical space. Use summer as time to prepare for autumn. Pick area of your house each week and spend 15 minutes 5 days a week cleaning out, organizing and beautifying. I liked it. I think I do this naturally. Like, for example, I do like a big clean out and clearing out my space, like every 3 months maybe. But like now, when I was packing for holiday, especially the kids stuff, like, okay, well, this is small, this is, you know, so this is on this. But while I was packing, I was clearing out the old stuff, and it feels good because I know when we come back, I put everything back in the wardrobe, and there'll be more space. There'll be, you know, the old stuff is gone, and in with the new. September, you know, ready for school and all that. So I really enjoyed that, even though it gave me more, you know, I had to do more. It took more time to pack, but I was able to do that at the same time, and I actually enjoyed it.
I agree. I love it, and I actually do it. It's not even on my to-do list. It's like you say, it's continuous process for me. Like maybe every day, every other day, I notice something that can be improved or put differently or done differently. Or yeah, it's for me my environment, and being in an environment that where I feel good, which is clean, which is organized, which is, you know, feels good for my soul, that the energy flows here, is very important. And the big part of it for me is decluttering, especially with kids. You know, toys, clothes, you know, there's definitely something that I do continuously, and it really pays off, because I don't know about you guys, but you know, things seem to pile up, because it's always it accumulates, doesn't it?
And once it's done on the kind of unloaded on the physical level, then it feels lighter on inside us as well. You start decluttering your thoughts and everything else inside your body as well. It goes hand in hand. So yeah,
that's our number 6 actually.
Is it? Okay. Oh yeah, there you go.
It's good, it's perfect. It cut down the mental clutter. It does go hand in hand, and I believe that cut down the mental clutter, we need to create a space for that as well, in terms of the time for solitude, like creating the time for solitude, time to be on our own, and creating a space where we can be on our own, and as you know, teach our kids to do that as well. I was talking to my friend that day that it is very healthy to teach our children how to spend the time on their own as well, not just, you know, like always be with us, expecting that, you know, we are going to entertain them or take them somewhere, or, you know, like give them something to do in order to be happy. I mean, I've got a twin, so it's a little bit easier in terms of, you know, they entertain each other, but, you know, harder in other ways, because they also can clash sometimes. But it's very important, and this is still a challenge for me, and this is maybe one of the things that I would take on from this list, is when children are at home, to create that, you know, solitude time for myself, where I just, you know, meditate or something. I as children are growing up, maybe it will be a little bit more possible. At the moment, it's just few moments at a time, but even that is nice to create a space. And with that, decluttering process is going hand in hand with that, because we cannot declutter our mind when we are constantly you know, running, occupying it with more and more things to do. It really can get very overwhelming to most of us, and then it leads to all sorts of, you know, explosion and diseases and overtiredness and burnouts and so on. So very important.
And it goes same for us, you know, when you said about children like having something to do all the time, and it's good to create that space, or to be, because like, for example, I notice my children say I'm bored. So like I said to them, you know, sometimes you need to be bored. You know, when you're bored, maybe you need space to rest, or just be on your own. And when you're bored, you find things to do. We're not their entertainers all the time, can't entertain them all the time. So then they'll learn to find those things to do for themselves, not somebody else doing it for them. And same for us, like allowing yourself to be bored. I say bored, but to do nothing, because when that happens, you either gain energy and you allow yourself to rest, or you know, something else comes out of it. You might start drawing or, you know, singing or something, which is, you know, which is a good thing. You're creating something, but not with the push, like I have to do something all the time. I have to be entertained all the time. I have to keep busy all the
Occupied,
time. Occupied, yeah.
It's a big challenge, I think,
It
these
is.
days to allow ourselves to do nothing. A very important one. Number 7, I just touch it, eat consciously, trying to eat as many colorful foods. I personally am, you know, big ambassador of moderation in everything. I don't like extremes in anything. My dad taught me that nice middle way, and conscious eating is something very close to my heart, because the truth is, when we are tuned into ourselves, we know what is the best for us, including, you know, what we eat, how we eat, and how much of it. So that's something interesting to take on, you know, like rather than another diet that is written in some kind of magazine that is, you know, perfect one. Maybe, you know, it's enough to do things consciously, and in order to do it consciously, that takes a little practice, that little discipline to get into that conscious eating without distractions, with really savoring the food. But it's a nice little practice to even
I
try.
agree. And summer is a good opportunity. It gives a good opportunity to do that, because there's so many, lots of colorful, different textures, different variety of fruit, vegetables, everything. You can just explore and do that, because it's there, it's offering. You can go in the garden if you have and pick up, you know, fruit, vegetable, or go in the market, or, you know, just enjoy that variety that summer offers.
Yeah, rather than eating what is in a fridge. I know sometimes, you know, I have it like, oh God, this needs to be eaten because, you know, tomorrow it will be late, or, you know, it's been there for a while. But it's good to kind of go like, what do I actually fancy right now? Like what you know, what does my body need right now in terms of fuel?
Yeah. And sometimes going through that market, you know, that fruit and veg market, is like, oh yeah, actually fancy that watermelon, or I don't know, cucumber, fresh cucumber or something, or peppers. I like those green peppers, you know, those light green peppers, and tomatoes in the summer. They're just so nice. So yeah.
I've been eating so much watermelon last couple of months. So much, like I eat like half watermelon every morning. I'm just craving for water.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so next one is number 8. Try 24 hours without criticizing anyone or anything, including yourself. That includes thinking criticisms. When you make a mistake, we mentioned this, then 24 hours start over. It's harder than you think. At least it's for me.
It is for me. Try it. Really?
Yeah. So start over in 24 hours if you've done a mistake. If you do think something critical, like criticizing yourself or someone. Yeah, okay.
And notice whether you are criticizing more yourself, or it's more like on the other side, like others, or it's kind of even. It's very interesting practice, because 24 hours is actually a very long time.
Yeah.
Even if you are not going out. Like criticizing is kind of a part of our DNA. It's good in some ways. I mean, it's good because it inspires us to do something differently, to be better people. But it's more like criticism is more like what we are doing here, right? Like motivation, inspiration, like being pushed to do something, so we can be the best versions of ourselves, but not because we have to, but because it feels like a good way to go. It feels like a good idea. Yeah. Number 9, take a class or take on something new. So it can be, you know, it can be painting, it can be, you know, basics of some kind of language that you never tried. Like, trying something new feels refreshing, feels exciting, feels like you're adding some kind of value to your mundane life. And the truth is, when we try something new, we meet a new group of people. You never know who is going to be there and how that is going to lead to something different, to something new again. So I'm a big ambassador of trying something new. And it can be climbing a trees, where you discover that you can conquer the fear of heights or something. That's how I done. I will be posting soon article how I conquered my fear of drowning, and I just went head first to become a diver, and that was a big challenge, and it took me a year to overcome that. And finally I done it in Fiji when I passed second time my third time my diving course. So try something new and something that resonates with you in this moment, and just go for it. Not like, oh my god, I have to be the best in this thing, or I have to take it to the advanced level. Don't put that kind of pressure. Just try it on and see how it feels like. Just enjoy.
Yeah. Okay, so next one is spend quality time with your kids. This is about being playful, enjoying being playful and playing, because kids are naturally playful. They play, they learn through play. They play all the time. And we as adults, we don't do that much. Like we already said, it's all about responsibilities and analyzing and criticizing and going over what's the best way. And this is very analytical, but doing it, we can learn from kids by like doing, you mentioned here, Lucy, 20-30 minutes, set aside 20-30 minutes and sit with them and play with them each day. And we can actually motivate, learn from them that we can do things in the playful way, or just play, from purely just play and spend time with them. I think it's very, very, very nice. And you connect with them on so many levels. You connect, you have a deeper bond, you get interested in what they do, how they play, or they benefit from you being there for them. It's just so beneficial on so many levels. And it mentions here the I'm bored syndrome. We already mentioned that, it doesn't have to be anything special. It can be just like talking to them, or playing board games, or playing in the garden, digging a hole, or, anything, or be interested what they do, asking them questions and things like that. So what do you see now? What are you looking at? And that's playful as well.
Yeah, being in that world and being fully present, and consciously choose that time to be fully present with them. Yeah.
And it benefits both us and them.
For sure. Yeah. Because, sometimes for us adults, at least I have it like that. I'm not someone who likes to play with Lego for 1 hour. I'm like, frankly, for me, it's like, it's so boring, But when I immerse myself in the activity, whether it's drawing a dinosaur or or Lego or whatever it is, I must admit that I no longer find it like, oh my god, I should be doing a dish. When you are fully in that activity, you actually find it that is feeding you as well, and that is interesting. But you need to be immersed in it, and when you are immersed fully in it, kids feel it as well, so they get very interested and focused and with you in that kind of activity.
Exactly, they can sense it. They know, even when you're present, or when you are with them, they know whether you're paying attention, or you're present, or you're somewhere else in your mind, or looking at the phone. They know.
Number 11, incorporate more play. It goes hand in hand. Incorporate more play into your own life. Did you know play is actually a vital part of mental, physical, and emotional health? Absolutely. You know, like taking everything very seriously, very, you know, life or death, you know, like it drains energy and it's not sustainable. Incorporating play in our life, as much as fun, as much as, you know, being playful, you know, how I can bring play into this, you know, everyday task that I do, how I can, you know, make it more interesting, more colorful. It can be that you are no longer going alone, but you are going with your friends shopping. You know, it can be little things that you do that, okay, today after shopping, I'm going for a coffee with a friend, you know, like joining it. It doesn't have to be, you know, groundbreaking, or, you know, you pretending you are jumping up, and it's not about that. It's about that feeling inside, you know, like feeling more light-hearted and playful about whatever you do. You know, driving a car, you wave to like I tend to do, you wave to you know, some stranger waiting at the red light next to you. Yes, they're going to wonder who you are, and you just smile. And, you know, doing things for no reason is also a big part for me of being you know, playful. Like, no reason. Like, it's nice because normally when you do something for someone in the world, you know, they think that you want something back, and doing it for no reason, whether it's, you know, smiling or caring or giving someone something, you know, it can be really refreshing for community, for you, definitely.
Smile doesn't cost anything, and it's interesting to see when you smile at someone that they smile back, you know, and or they don't, you know, makes them wonder, or, you know, but it doesn't cost anything, and it's that playfulness as well. So yeah, it's nice. So next one, where are we? Okay, get to know yourself. One way, which is very, I mean, it looks so simple and so like obvious, but it works wonders, is starting a journal. Journaling anything really, and journaling what's happening in the day, or your thoughts. It's yours. I like that because it's yours. No one needs to read it. You're just putting anything on the piece of paper, and it can be simple as it is, can be one word, one sentence. It can go deeper, and that's why I love journaling, and a lot of my clients use it as well. And it says here, start listening your strengths and weaknesses. So you'll start seeing, because it's written there, and you writing it, you will see actually on that piece of paper what is actually happening, rather than it happens to us and then we move on to the next thing and the other thing, or forget about it, or suppress it, or whatever it is. It's there. We're actually taking time to do it, and it's there on that paper. What else is there? You start to better understand yourself, and also it's good for like unloading things when we need to dump things somewhere that we can't carry on anymore. You can dump it on that piece of paper and it's there, you know, and you don't, and sometimes it makes you much lighter, whether it's in your body or mind. So journaling is just so, it has so many benefits.
I
How
absolutely
about
agree.
you? Yeah.
And also, you know, like sometimes we are so not used to writing anymore, so a lot of people find it actually hard to write. There is a benefit in writing in terms of our neurology rather than typing on a computer. But you can also record it, you know, in a little recorder. Now there are things on our iPhones or on our phones that we can, you know, actually record our feelings, our emotions. Some people find it easier to talk, and it's interesting to come back to it in a year time and compare, like, okay, this is where I was, you know, a year ago, and wow, you know, this is where I'm now. And you will see, like, am I dealing with the same feelings, same emotions, same thoughts, same questions like a year ago? Well, if not, then that's a great news because you moved on. If you're
Yeah.
still dealing with the same thing, maybe it's time to maybe even talk to someone, because I like to have challenges, but not the same challenge for
Mm-hmm.
years, because that is and when you're journaling, you can even check on yourself whether that's the case as well. And Tammy is saying hello from Las Vegas. Hello, Tammy.
Oh, hello.
um yes, next one is learn how your thinking affects your body and your mind, and ultimately your life, your mood, your direction in life. That's very interesting one. We could talk about it for a long time, but like, it's very interesting, again, consciously start noticing how our where our thoughts are taking us, in conversations, in our lives, in the kind of actions we take during the day, every day, or not, how we talk ourselves out from going in a gym, or, doing something good for ourselves, and vice versa, So it's very interesting to consciously realize how you have a huge influence, on how your life is really going and how you're feeling. Yeah.
About it, yeah. Next one is practice seeking joy. Remember, happiness is hiding in the moments we create. Look for joyful moments each day. It's a good to do. I do gratitude, like things that I'm grateful for at the end of the day. So I kind of sit with myself and think, okay, what happened today, and what am I grateful for? And because, like it says, happiness is in the moment, and in the moments we create. So obviously, yes, there are moments that are not happy, but we usually hang on to those, and they usually are in our memory, and we remember those more than the happy moments. Obviously, we remember the happy moments, but those can be kind of overwhelming, those not happy moments. So when we actually switch that and we write it in our journal, for example, every evening, and then we focus on those moments that we felt joy, or starting with gratitude is easier, feeling grateful for little moments, then we switch that kind of mindset and that routine of being stuck in the negative thoughts and negative moments, and thinking of the bad things that happened to me, that we actually think of the good things as well, that there were good things in the day that happened to me, or I created something, or someone smiled at me. Those little moments turn everything around, and that creates the joy and happiness.
Give ourselves, again, like, time to reflect and notice.
Yeah.
Because there is always two sides of the day as well, as
Yeah.
we experience it. I like this one, next one. I just had it.
Improve
Improve relationship. Select one loved one and choose to really love them this summer. It says here, what is their love language? Maybe asking that question to understand a little bit more how they prefer to experience and receive love. How can you show them your love and help them to feel how much they mean to you? Make it your summer project. I love this one because a lot of our relationships are kind of in category which we would maybe call okay, like, it's okay, it's functional, it's okay. But there is always something where we can go deeper in terms of connection, in terms of appreciation, in terms of really authentically expressing our desire, and vice versa, listening to what their desire is in terms of, you know, feeling more valued and more special in your eyes. So I really like this one. And it can be, you know, your partner, it can be your children, it can be your mom. Yeah, and interesting thing is when we do this, it's not only our relationships obviously have a because we pay attention to them, that they have a chance to improve and really flourish, but also we are expanding as a human beings inside of this little project. It's beautiful.
Our love just grows. It's nice. I like this one. Next one is move your body. There's no time like summer to improve your fitness. Go hike, swim, go for a walk, and forget about your calories, how many calories you're burning, and how hard it is to do that. So yeah, I mean, summer is it offers all that, doesn't it? It just calls to go out and just go for a walk, and it is fitness. It is anything to do with your moving body. And in summer, because we've had long days, and we want to be out naturally and do things. So maybe it's good to forget about burning those calories and just enjoy the movement. And I'm sure that's going to be much more beneficial for for our mental health, for our physical health, the movement, and we will burn those calories because we're not thinking too much about it. It's enjoyable. We're enjoying it. We're doing everything we mentioned. We're enjoying it. We're moving, and we're enjoying the summer. We're feeling happy, and without even knowing, those calories are going down.
And it, frankly, it feels so good to, you know, to move our body, to kind of, oh God, it just like even stretching in the morning, you know, like, oh, it feels good.
Yeah, it's good.
It feels good. Number 17 is a little bit connected with our relationships again, and it's a big one, although it sounds like cliche, but it's actually a very big one and deep one, and it goes a long way in terms of your own happiness. Do you know what it is? Forgive someone. Forgive someone. If you have someone in your life that you still consciously or subconsciously didn't forgive for something, your ex-husband, your ex-partner, your mom and dad, for your upbringing or whatever it is, you know, forgive someone, make a commitment, and write down forgiveness letter, you know, express your emotions, and really see the other person, because likelihood is they didn't, whatever they didn't go in with intention to destroy you, to hurt you. You know, that often comes as a side outcome of them or being in a pain, or not being in unconscious what they are doing and what impact it will leave on you. So, you know, forgiving someone is a big task and big subject, but when you really choose to do so from the bottom of your heart, you know, something is being released, something greater than you would even consider that it might be, and that creates a space for something new and beautiful come to your life in the form of love. It's very magical, so I like this one as well.
You mentioned that letter, so it's a good way to start, isn't it? To write a letter. It doesn't have to be sent. Just writing it is the first step, isn't it?
Or, you know, even calling the person and doing this work inside you, and then calling someone even after 20 years, you know, to saying, hey, you know, what was done is done. I just want to say, you know, I forgive you, and I just wish you all the best in your life. Sometimes it can be short call like this, and it makes a huge difference energetically as well.
Okay, next one is number 18. We've got 4 more to go. So practice and freely share your talents. It can be scary to get up and share with others, but it makes you practice hard, and it's one of the best ways to improve. It is. We have lots of us. I mean, everyone has some kind of gift, some kind of talent, that we're good at things, and not very often, or it comes with practice, and it doesn't come naturally that we share those talents or talk about them in a way that we show that how it makes us happy and how it makes us light up. We do, but there are people that they don't really want to share, and they feel embarrassed, or not embarrassed, but like, oh, I don't want to be one who's showing off or stand up or things like that. So practice that. But there's different ways of doing that, to show your talents, share your talents. You can start with people that you feel close to and you can trust, because they're not going to judge you or anything. Start with that, and then you can expand on it. But if you're the person that doesn't feel confident in that way, sharing your talents and gifts and the beauties that you have, start with people that you trust.
It's like sing at your sister's wedding. Maybe it's a big jump for someone, but before the setting up your own band, or it's just an example came to my mind, or or a family do, or somewhere like Zuzka said, where you feel safe. It's when you turn it around, if you have a talent of any kind of sort, it's very stingy in a way, not to show it to the world, not to not to give it to the world. When you think about it, it's actually a little bit selfish thing to do,
keeping it to yourself,
keep it in because you are feeling modest than what other people say. Actually to give it away, it's a real gift for other people, because don't we all get inspired, amazed, where we hear or see someone doing something well?
Exactly. And you never know who you might inspire by that, who you might help by that, So like you said, it's kind of the opposite, keeping it to yourself. Yeah, it's the opposite of, it's like a selfish thing, not selfish, but it should be shared. It should be out there to, that's the beauty of sharing and of life, to share things with each other. And we all have some kind of talent and gift. So so there are people who need it, who are looking for it, for what you have. That's that connection between us, isn't it? That's how we connect.
That's right. And that's how we can create the even like not only connections, but work, really effective working groups, when we know about each other's talents and skills. And because what you are good at, I might be not good at, but it works really. We would work really well as a team, and this is how really good, effective, successful teams are being created. So with you letting your people letting the world know what you're good at, that can be really good match and just fitting in for someone, even in a work environment.
What they need, and you're contributing to a bigger thing together. It's exciting.
That's great feeling itself.
Next one. This is your one, isn't it? 19, volunteer.
Like another little tip might be to volunteer. And like a lot of people kind of get into the stage of their lives where everything is kind of working, but there is just not much going on, and it's like kind of mundane, and you feel tired, but it's not really tiredness, but it's like boredom of daily whatever, work, home, and done. And a lot of times we are not like feeling tired because physically, we are sleeping well, we are healthy, touch wood, or everything is kind of okay. But we are feeling tired because we are lacking on passion, or we are missing that something meaningful, because a lot of times our work doesn't give it to us, or we don't feel like fulfillment. And I always say volunteering is fantastic way to kind of break that pattern of a little bit of numbness like in life, because you get yourself out there, you do something meaningful, you open your heart, because to volunteer you are giving from your heart, you experience something new, you meet new people, you, and again, you never know where it's going to lead. It can be change of your career, you never know, it wouldn't be a first time. So you know, and it can be anything that pulls your heart, you know. Some people can volunteer with kids and really, you know, join my friend's project, beautiful project in Uganda, or you know, some people can you know, just spending a time with elderly person who doesn't have anyone. It's
Exactly.
beautiful, it would mean the
I was
world
gonna
to them.
say that, yeah.
Oh
Like it
God.
doesn't have to be on like a larger scale. It can be like an act of kindness. I know volunteer is kindness, isn't it? So because you're showing your kindness, you're offering your kindness, you're volunteering. It doesn't have to be something on a big scale. Could be like helping, like you said, helping an elderly person across the road, or carry shopping, or you know, something like that. And we saw it in lockdown, didn't we? That people offer to do shopping for those people who couldn't. So it's something along those lines.
I've been pulled just recently because we had a parents' evening, but other way around, in my dad's care home. And it was very inspiring because they've been telling us what they are doing, what they are creating, how they entertain them. And they at the same time said that they are very open to our contribution, what we would like to, you know, contribute and create. And that's where, when I was going home, what sprung to my mind is many years ago, I loved to read. I don't know if you know those books, it's many of them now. It's called Chicken Soup for the Soul.
Yes. Do you know what? I packed that one for my holiday.
Did
I'm gonna,
you?
yeah, because I read it many years ago, and I was like,
Exactly.
oh, it's like that chicken soup for the soul I need
It's
now. I spent
exactly what
like,
it says.
yeah. So
Yeah.
I packed it. It's amazing.
Oh,
Yeah,
it's
I'm gonna
amazing.
read that.
I bought the new one because all the old ones I read already,
Yeah,
like you, many years ago. Funny,
yeah.
funny.
Fun.
And yes, and I was thinking, do you know what? I'm going to pick, you know, a couple of them that I feel that it will resonate with these, you know, people who are, let's face it, at the end of their lives. And you know, because they're so nourishing, and I found this chicken soup in mine, you know, in Slovak language as well. So I will go to my dad's old people's home, and I will
Yeah.
do a little reading
Oh,
evening or
nice.
something with them. I think it would be beautiful, and you know, then we can talk and they can tell me
Yeah.
their stories from when they've been young, or whatever springs to, you know, make it like a discussion from this, because these stories are so beautiful and
Yeah, the
powerful. Maybe the
nice short
experience.
stories, but so beautiful. If you don't have the book, get it. It's really good.
Recommended. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's funny, Susie. You've got it as well. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
Okay. Next one is overcome fear.
Yeah.
When you want to try something new but feel frozen or stuck, take a deep breath and do it anyway. Or start small by signing up for something that will later this year or next. It could be a course or a class or a job, something that you know that you want to do. We usually know, don't we? But we feel we are afraid to do it. Um, so, and then look to the future and plant the seeds today. So feel the fear, do it anyway. Unless the fear is like you're really feeling anxious about it, there's no point. You know, you need to work with that anxiety. But normal fear, you know, and do it anyway, because it is there. You feel it, you know you want to do it, but you kept pushing it away for many years or months, and it's still there. So do it.
I was recent, oh, a few months now ago, helping one of my good friends, because a typical one of these is like driving, starting to drive. You know, you've done your driving lessons like many years ago, but you, for some reason, you didn't have a car or something, didn't start driving straight away. And then you feel like kind of anxious to, you know. And this was case of my friend, and my God, you know, like she was like really, really worried, scared, but you know, she was I was holding her accountable, and she was sending me pictures
Yeah.
from the car every day, you know, like I'm
Yeah.
driving and it was so amazing to see. And it's one of those things that give you so much freedom and such a great feeling of independence, and just kind of like, oh wow, you know, I've done it. I can go
And you're
anywhere, you know.
proud of yourself.
Very.
You know you can achieve
Yeah.
it. It's just yeah, so many levels. It's
Yeah,
good
yeah.
for so many levels. So yeah, if you do something like that, let us know what
Let
it
us
is.
know, and let us know what fears you conquered in your life.
Yeah.
You know, for me, it was fear from drowning, becoming a diver. Let us know, what did you, you know, conquered, or what would you like to conquer as your fear?
Yeah. Next one, let's see.
21, discover we are doing really well, don't we?
Yes.
Discover your true worth. My God, this is a big one. This is not like small one, and it's gradual process. But what we mean by it, like if you feel like your self-esteem is not where you would like it to be, you know, you are feeling a little bit like, I don't know, like one sign can be that other people are talking about you differently than you perceive yourself, which is nice, but then it is also indication that maybe my way of understanding and, you know, myself and the way I see myself is not matching that. So okay, maybe there is some scope for my self growth in this area. So it's definitely good to notice it and good to kind of work with it, because we, you know, the way our lives go, that there is only ever, and our relationships is only ever going to match the way we perceive ourselves. So, with other words, our perceptions of ourselves are, you know, equal to the quality of our lives, you know, even money we make, and
It's our reality.
And our relationships, it all transforms into our actual reality. So it's very, very important the way we experience and authentically see and experience ourselves. Yeah. So discover your true worth.
Yeah. And it says here, practice self-love. It's a good way to start to discover the true worth with self-love. Loving yourself, being kind to yourself. There's so many practices, so starting with self-love. The second one, oh sorry, the last one, the 22nd. The 22nd I was going to say, and I said second. 22nd one is appreciate where you are, enjoy the now, and look around, see the beauty around you, hear the peace, smell the goodness, feel the warmth, taste the sweetness that is everywhere. If you will only look, you will see. So yeah, being in the now, and it's nice to do that actually in the summer, because again, subconsciously you're allowing yourself to do that, because it is that, you know, the days are longer, it's more relaxed, and perhaps you're on that holiday, or you know, so enjoy the now. What is it now? And see, like with mindfulness, you can see, be present in what is around us, kind of the beauty, the nature. Like you said, you're going today, after this you're going to you're going to feed the deers. Yeah, so yeah, enjoying that kind of moment, you know, being in the moment. That's like, right now I'm present, I'm feeding these animals, I'm enjoying it.
And planning
an example I'm using.
And planning the little moments, like little joyful things to look forward to. It doesn't have to be big, but something, you know, like, because there is a little planning required as well in our lives, for you know, for and with that planning is also non-planning, but it's also something to look forward to, you know, like I know that. And planning is that, you know, to feed the deers, I needed to get the carrots. So
yes,
so
exactly.
that's the planning. But I've got something to look forward to. And I think the last thing I want to share, Zuzka said, being in a moment is really important important thing, because life is passing by. I've got a new lady who helps me in a household a little bit just for this week, and she shared with me she had this when she was fairly young, about 10, no, yes, 10, 15 years ago now. She had this disease where she felt really bad. She went to emergency. They sent her home. She felt even worse. And then next day she was paralyzed, completely. Her head was working, and she could speak a bit, but, from head to bottom, she was suddenly from one day to another, unknown reason, paralyzed. And it was like that for a couple of months, and she really didn't know whether she's going to ever walk or even move her finger, never mind like living a proper life. Now she's fine now. It took a long time to recover, to learn how to walk, and it was a long process. But what she said to me is that before this happened to her, she used to go for visits and for celebrate birthdays and that. And she was one of these people who always used to, wish you health and da, da, da. And she said, yeah, before I was like really just saying it like everybody says it and not really thinking anything of it. But she said, now, my God, like when I wish someone, I don't wish anything else but health to people, because, and now when I do it, when I wish it, I really mean it. And it's got really, really deep meaning for me. And I do it from the heart, and I experience it because of what I went through. And when she was sharing with me, like I really felt it. I really felt her, and I really felt what she means with it. So I guess what I would like to wrap up this talk, we've been sharing 22 inspiring ideas how we can move forward, or somehow like develop ourselves, because when we improve and develop ourselves, then everything else follows. We maybe chose this subject and we've been talking about this maybe to give you a little idea. Let us know if anything was interesting or inspiring, or even like you started doing some of these or one of those. Let us know if you gained anything from this. And for me, and I think I will speak for Zuzka as well, living in the moment is precious, because life is built from those little moments. And it is going so fast that we are very lucky being still fairly young, and being able to say that, do you know what, there's still plenty to ahead of us and plenty to look forward to. But experiencing it consciously, and with that kind of feeling that, what I have is precious, and health is really the most precious thing, and anything, absolutely anything, is possible when we are healthy. That's really big truth. And with this, I think I would like to wrap up and let you go.
Thank you very much, and have all nice summer, and I think we'll see you end of August.
August, September. We wish you beautiful summer, and let us know how you're doing, and if there's anything we can support you with, we will from time to time check our social media. We will be very happy to guide you, support you, do whatever we can do to make that your life special and really the one you love.
Absolutely. Thank you. Have a good day and have a nice summer.
Bye-bye.
See you September or August. Bye.
See you later, Susie. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye. Bye-bye.